was literally crying to me about how mistreated she is by her ex and had me thinking that I could be the guy who could fix her.
Justin Bieber.
I already know someone I wouldn't collaborate with, which is Charlie Puth. Charlie Puth!
So we're gonna go ahead and talk about Charlie Puth and this whole fake nice guy act, which, sorry, I'm just not buying. And it seems like the internet is finally realizing that he's a very tapped individual and just so unlikable. To me, the mask slipped years ago. But I do think it took a recent interview from Jade, like, can I even say former member of Little Mix? Anyways, Jade from Little Mix did this interview. And it went crazy because she basically name-dropped Charlie Puth as someone she would never work with again. And honestly, Jade has had her foot on this man's neck for years. And I'm kind of living for it. We're gonna touch on that. For me, the whole fake nice guy act is just boring. Like, I feel like a lot of us can relate to a guy who pretends he's all about women. I would never hurt a woman. I respect women. I have sisters. My mom raised me well. Okay, doesn't mean you're not capable of still being a douchebag. Do you know what I mean? And even worse, Charlie Puth is married now, but there were times in resurfaced clips, interviews, or even statements he's put out where I'm like, something about him is just off. For example, being in a whole new relationship but still bringing up people from the past? Knowing how messy the rumors got with Selena Gomez or Bella Thorne. And you're still feeding that in 2023. Wild. Charlie signed to Atlantic Records, an artist partner group, and released his debut single Marvin Gaye featuring Meghan Trainor in 2015. Later that year, he was featured on the single See You Again by Wiz Khalifa, which peaked at #1 on the Billboard Hot 100 for 12 non-consecutive weeks. It was certified 11 times platinum by the RIAA and even earned him a Golden Globe nomination for Best Original Song. Now, fun fact, Charlie actually wrote that song in, like, less than 30 minutes, if I'm not mistaken. It was under 20 minutes, imagine this, he's sitting there. And within half an hour 100 executives are walking into the room like, wait, who is this kid? He just cracked the code for the ending scene of Fast and Furious that nobody else could figure out. And he really did it in 10 minutes. I'm supposed to be like, oh wow. I had no idea, but no, I knew, he knew. That song was going to change his life. Now, I'm not gonna sit here in my chair and act like Charlie Puth has done nothing. Let's be real, back in 2015, I was definitely streaming Charlie. I was definitely streaming See You Again. It's a good song. The guy can sing, he's talented. But does talent excuse weird douchebag behavior? Absolutely flipping-lutely not. Charlie's debut album 9-track Mind came out in 2016 to moderate success. It had the single We Don't Talk Anymore featuring Selena Gomez, yes, we'll get into that. No pun intended, which peaked at #9 on the Billboard Hot 100. Then in 2017, he dropped Attention and How Long, both allegedly about Selena too, and listen, Miss Gomez has to be that girl because the number of songs written about her, insane. These men were whipped, like, how many songs can one woman inspire? Girl, she had the mandem locked down. Now, let's circle back to Marvin Gaye. That track is from his debut album 9-track Mind. And it's a love duet with Meghan Trainor the same year it dropped. They performed it at the American Music Awards and shared a kiss on stage. And I remember watching that like, wait, are these two dating? Not that it's any of my business. But still I was like, where the hell did that come from? Sure, it's a love duet. Let's Marvin Gaye and get it on, cute. But let's be honest. The song itself is about a minor, which is weird. But anyway, that kiss, it wasn't them announcing they were dating. It was a full-on PR stunt to keep people talking about the song, and it worked. The track peaked at #21 on the Hot 100. Charlie even confirmed Meghan's story about the two of them making out in 2015. While recording the duet, Meghan straight up said they had a little studio makeout sesh. And Charlie told an interviewer it was hot and fun. He admitted it happened once back in 2015 when he had just moved to LA. And he even added that he didn't think he'd ever had vodka before that night. Then Meghan went on Watch What Happens Live with Andy Cohen years later. And when a viewer asked about the kiss, she spilled some tea. She was like, okay. The day we recorded Marvin Gaye romantic song, Booze Flowing, we made out that night in the studio. Charlie works with a lot of females, and listen. For me, when I think of the studio and the times I've gone in to record something, it's very intimate. Like, I'm super particular about who I let come with me to the studio because it can make or break a session. Now, if you're collaborating with someone, it's you and them, you know? I would hope people are professional in the studio. But let's be real, if you want to hook up because you're vibing with someone, sure, it happens. You're writing lyrics, you're in a romantic headspace, maybe there's alcohol flowing. Suddenly you're looking at that person like, okay, I didn't pee before. But since we're here, yeah, those things definitely happen. But Charlie, he feels very specific and strategic in the way he goes after women, and honestly, I do think a lot of those hookups happen in the studio. At the end of the day, he's grown. If he wants a fling or just a kiss for the sake of it and the other person's on the same page, fine. And from the looks of it, she was on the same page. She's not coming out saying she was blindsided by the kiss or didn't see it coming. They had rehearsed it, it worked for the performance, period. Just thought I'd mention that. But anyway, let's get to the juicy stuff. Selena Gomez, one of the major examples. Selena Gomez and Charlie Puth were rumored to be dating after their song We Don't Talk Anymore. And listen, I don't think it works. It doesn't. But it's cute. My guy loves a good love duet. Now, Selena was in that on and off mess with Justin Bieber. Don't sit there and tell me you weren't tuned in, like, don't act like you weren't watching, going. Hold on, who's this Charlie guy? I see him in videos, but Selena? Okay, so let me humble Charlie Puth real quick. Yes, you're talented, yes. You can sing insanely high, and sure, plenty of women would probably drop their panties for you. But plenty wouldn't, and honestly, Charlie ain't even that cute. Back then, he was giving dorky, nerd vibes, nice guy act. And I'm sorry, but these hot women he's rumored to be dating, I never saw it for him. Like, now, about We Don't Talk Anymore. That song is literally about the end of a relationship and not being able to move on. Charlie said he played it for Selena after they met at the 2015 MTV Awards. After party, he thought their voices would mesh really well, so he asked her to sing the second verse. Fun fact, she recorded it in his closet. Yup. 15 minutes, done. Selena even brought him on stage during her revival tour to perform it live. And View Charlie was looking mesmerized, like, she touched his back slightly and you could see him melting. Meanwhile, Selena, she gave off, yeah, no, we're just friends, don't get it twisted. But of course, after that she went back to Justin, the on and off saga still. People loved the Charlie-Selena idea. They thought, finally, a nice guy for her. Because people don't really associate Justin with being, you know, nice. More like toxic, douchy, cheater vibes. Meanwhile, Charlie was seen as this delicate, romantic songwriter, like, how could he ever be the problem? But then came the drama in 2016. Charlie is performing We Don't Talk Anymore in Dallas, and out of nowhere, in the middle of singing, he goes, F you, Justin Bieber, and then keeps singing like, huh, weird, very weird. And then there's this clip, pretty sure it's Kid Laroi on FaceTime with Charlie. He passes the phone to Justin, and Justin does the pettiest little thing.
Yeah.
What's up? What's up, man?
What's happening, buddy?
How are you, bro?
I'm good. How are you living?
Good, bro. We never really got to talk about just like years ago when you said fuck you on stage to me. I don't think it's very funny, to be honest.
What, you talking about that shit 6 years ago?
Yeah.
It was like a fucking... That was a joke.
I know, but it hurt my feelings.
Bro, you can't be serious. That wasn't real. That was like a fucking thing that got completely blown out of proportion.
Well, you mind explaining, like, just what it was about?
Bro, I was being facetious. I was being completely sarcastic.
Yeah.
I also can't tell if you're joking right now.
Well, I don't appreciate it.
Now, I don't think Justin was technically offended in the moment, but at the time, yeah, I bet he was like, ho, where did that come from? I really think Charlie said it because of the whole Justin and Selena on again, off again chaos. Like, Selena would keep circling back to Justin, they'd keep circling back to each other. And in Charlie's mind it was probably giving, well damn. She doesn't want me because she wants you, petty, messy, insecure, very on brand. I'm gonna come back, we're gonna revisit this whole Gomez situation later because trust me, it gets even worse. But let me circle back to what's really important here, Jade from Little Mix. My girl has had her foot on this man's neck. For years, every single time Charlie's name comes up in an interview, Jade's face just says it, all the fake laughs, the rolling eyes. Interviewers would be like, what's your least favorite collab, or what's it like working with Charlie Puth on Oops, and Jade would be over it. Now, don't get me wrong, Little Mix as a group are super PR trained. They usually keep it cute and professional, but Jade, oh, she couldn't hide her disgust if she tried. And recently, in a Say It or Shot It interview, when asked who she wouldn't collaborate with again, she flat out said, I think my fans already know it's Charlie Puth, baby, she could have taken the shot. She could have played coy, but no, she said, I'm putting him on blast, and I respect her for it. Now, you're probably wondering why all this smoke. What did Charlie Puth do to Little Mix? Well, allegedly it started when he was flirting with Jade during a performance. And she was not reciprocating. She literally told him she had a boyfriend. And he kept pushing. To me, that's an automatic red flag. If you can't respect my relationship or my boundaries,
Game within a game. Okay?
Ooh.
This is called friend zone, marry, or kiss.
Okay. This
Okay.
is like a lair. Okay,
Your three choices are Selena Gomez, Megan Trainor, who you've kissed both those girls, right? Okay. Megan Trainor, Selena Gomez.
Getting so
Selena Gomez, Megan Trainor, Kendall Jenner. So you have to friend zone one, marry one, or kiss one. And you have to put them all in a category.
Okay. Megan and I are friends, so I think that marriage would not work out.
Okay.
So I'll friend zone Megan.
Okay, but you haven't made out with her, we saw.
I will. I will then. What are the next two options?
Marry or kiss.
Marry or kiss. So the only person I haven't kissed is Kendall. So maybe Kendall and. I'm just. This is hypothetical.
Yeah. You know what? I agree with your Mary. I think Selena's the best.
Yeah, but this is just a game though.
Selena Gomez never gave, oh, we're gonna hang out, we're really gonna do this. You're gonna be mine and I'm gonna publicize it. It never gave that, sorry. It gave very much friendship vibes like, this is a nice dude, solid dude, cool to work with, that's it, and that's okay, Charlie. I know you probably don't understand how that could work. That a woman might actually just not want you, but babe, you're not even that cute. Let's start there. So all of this for what? We cannot be doing all of this, Charlie, we just can't. Then in 2018, Charlie Puth drops Attention, which is literally about realizing his partner just wanted attention from him instead of love. When it first came out, everybody thought it was about Bella Thorne, but then the internet was like, wait, hold on, this is giving Selena Gomez energy, so honestly, we'll probably never know. But like, check out the visuals in the music video. There's literally a red line over the girl's face. People swear it's Selena. Others say it's Bella Thorne. Either way, the drama is there and Charlie is still pressed.
Came up with the song originally. I was on this hotel bed in this really cool room in the Philippines. I'm thinking back about the time I was in that hotel room, and she was literally crying to me about how mistreated she is by her ex, and had me thinking that I could be the guy who could fix her. Like, Girls are a distinct perfume that it's almost like she wore it on purpose, because it's the perfume that she wore when I first kind of fell in love with her, and I've never fallen in love with anybody like that before. So I came in with someone who, you know, I was definitely having a nice time with, and I was, you know, I enjoyed her company, but she did it on, she wore that perfume on purpose to fuck me up.
And let's be real, there are a lot of women who can have straight male friends. You don't hear about it as often because typically the guy wants more and just wants the cooch. Okay, but there are plenty of women who simply want to have conversations, get deep without being intimate, and hear things from a male perspective. Because I do think men have a lot to offer, women have a lot to offer. And sometimes we don't think the same, so it is great to hear from them, right? He seems like one of those guys who thinks that just because a girl is nice to him, she must want to hook up, and when you make a move and get rejected, just take it. Accept the hint that they're simply not interested, and honestly, I do believe Sigma shut that down, bro. Also, the whole perfume thing, I know the dress is perfume regret, the dress is karma. Well girls, that's a wrap on today's Hollywood drama. Let me know what you think about all of this in the comments down below. I'd love to hear your thoughts. I love you all so much, and as always, I'll see you in the next video.